Good day, Sir Ramon Pitao. Our topic is how to use and read steam tables. Saturated steam tables. A saturated steam tables is an indispensable tool for any engineer working with steam. It's typically used to determine saturated steam temperature from steam pressure or the opposite. So, kini daw may mag-determine sa steam temperature na gikan sa steam pressure or the opposite, pressure from saturated steam temperature in addition to pressure and temperature. These tables usually include other related values such as specific enthalpy and specific volume. The data found in saturated steam tables always refer to steam at particular saturation point, also known as the boiling point. This is the point where water, liquid, and steam gas can coexist at the same temperature. So, coexist ang pareho kanang mo gana the same temperature and pressure, because H2O can be either liquid or gas at each saturated point. Two sets of data are required. So there have two sets of data that we required. So data for saturated water, liquid, which typically marked with an F. So the saturated water liquid is typically marked with an F in subscript. And data for saturated steam gas, which typically marked using J in subscript. So the steam gas is J in subscript. So this is the example of saturated steam tables. This is the example of saturated steam tables. Press ABS KPA 1.0, 2.0, 4.0, 6.0, and the temperature 6.970, 17.495, 28.962, 36.160. So the specific volume. So 0.001, 0014, 001, 00136, 0.001, 0041, 001, 00645, and 129.183, 9,896, 34.7,925, 23.7,342, and the specific enthalpy is 29.30, 73.43, 121.40, 151.49, 173.85, 2,513.68, 2,532.91, 2,553.71, 2,566.67, 2,576.24, 2,484.38, 2,459.48, 2,432.31, 2,415.17, 2,402.39. So, the legend. P, pressure of the steam water. T, saturation point of steam water or boiling point. VF, especially volume saturated water liquid. VG, especially volume saturated steam gas. HF, especially enthalpy of saturated water, energy required to heat water from 0 degree to 32 Fahrenheit to the boiling point. HFG, latent heat of evaporation, energy required to transform saturated water into dry saturated steam. HD, specific enthalpy of saturated steam, total energy required to generate steam from water at 0 degree Celsius to 32 degree Fahrenheit. Heating process using steam generally use the latent heat of evaporation, HFG, to heat the product as seen in the table. This latent heat of evaporation is greatest at lower pressures. As saturated steam pressure rises, the latent heat of evaporation gradually decreases until it reaches zero at supercritical pressure. Two formats, pressure-based and temperature-based. So they have two formats, the pressure-based and temperature-based. Since saturated steam pressure and saturated steam temperature are directly related to one another, saturated steam tables are generally available in two different formats based on the pressure and based on the temperature. Both types contain the same data that is simply sorted differently. So this one, the pressure gauge KPG P0, 20, 50, 100, temperature Celsius 99.97, 105.10, 111.61, 120.42, and the specific volume is 0.0010434, 0.0010475, 0.0010529, 0.0010607, and the VG 1.673, 1.414, 1.150, 0.8803, and the specific enthalpy for 419.0, 440.6, 468.2, 505.6, 2257, 2243, 2225, 2201. That's just 2670, 2680, 2691, 2700. So this is the temperature based saturated steam table. Different units, gauge pressure and absolute pressure. Saturated steam tables can also use two different types of pressure, absolute pressure and gauge pressure. Absolute pressure is zero reference against a perfect vacuum. Gauge pressure is zero reference against atmospheric pressure, 101.3 kPa or 14.7 psi. So this one, the saturated steam tables using absolute pressure and the saturated steam tables using gauge pressure. Gauge pressure was created because it is often easier to reference measure pressure against the pressure we normally experience. Steam tables based on gauge pressure indicate atmospheric pressure as 0, while steam tables based on absolute pressure indicate it as 101.3 kPa or 14.7 psi. Also, to distinguish gauge pressure from absolute pressure, a J is typically added to the end of the pressure unit, for example, kPa or psig. Superheated steam tables. Values related to superheated steam tables cannot be obtained through our regular saturated steam tables, but rather require the use of superheated steam tables. This is because the temperature of superheated steam, unlike saturated steam, can vary considerably for the same pressure. The number of possible temperature-pressure combinations is so great that it would be virtually impossible to gather them all in a single table. As a result, a large number of superheated steam tables use representative pressure temperature values to form a summary table. So this one, the example of superheated tables.